Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is very seldom that we get a chance to have people that have just created movements that have continued for a long time. And we have a lady right here, man. She go by the name of Dyana Williams. She is the mother of Black Music Month, or some people like to call it African American Appreciation Month. Make some noise for Dyana Williams.
Yeah. Good morning. How y'all doing?
Man, we're doing great. Thank you so much for joining us on this, very interesting period in time in which we're dealing with, man. And I think music has been a healing component for many people, and it continues to do so, especially during the space we're in right now.
Absolutely. Well, June is Black Music Month. It's the 41st anniversary of this celebration. And I want to say kudos to you and your team, because you're part of this celebration and why we are celebrating. You're playing the music. You're reaching out to our community with information. And that's what music does. It uplifts our spirits. It elevates. It educates. And right now, you know, I saw a statistic this morning where James Brown, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, in May it had about 2,000 streams. Now it's well over 350,000 streams. People are seeking protest music, right, in a major way because of what is going on in our streets in America and around the world. Black music generates tons of money. Last year, the music business made $20 billion approximately.
Whoa.
The number one genre in the world, ladies and gentlemen, what is it? Hip-hop.
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 Okay, so let's do the math and safely assume that a big chunk of that $20 billion was generated by folks that look like you and me.
Indeed. Now, Angie, you got a question?
Yeah, Dyana, that's what I wanted to get into, is like the money side of Black music, and the fact that, you know, you speak to Black music being stolen, and essentially the idea that we get to create it, but then there are other forces that are controlling it. Can you speak to just, you know, a movement to have more Black executives and how we can get more control over the money that our music is making?
Absolutely. That is part of the movement. Two sisters, young sisters in New York, record executives, came up with the idea for the blackout last Tuesday. And what they're calling for is parity, equity. White people control the music industry, let's just call it. There are three major entities. It's Sony, Warner Brothers, and Universal Music Group. They are all owned by foreigners. We don't own what we create, and that's a travesty. So we are calling for equity with salaries, the promotion of Black executives, and your listeners. We are celebrating during June Black Music Month. Your listeners, because they're the ones that generate this billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar industry. So we need to recognize our economic power, just like we're out in the streets marching now. We need to press these record companies to give better deals to artists, better royalty rates, hire more Black executives. The list is long. There's so much that needs to be done to change our conditions.
Indeed.
Now, I had a question for you about the term urban. So I see that there's some music companies that are taking the term off of their name. And what does that mean for music for us? And because I know we never really seen a problem with it. Hello, Urban One. But just wanted to know what was your thoughts on that, and what was their reasoning for taking that out of the genre?
Well, I will say this. I think a lot of people at record labels right now are trying to figure out how they can say they're not racist and how they can express their solidarity with Black folks. How come they didn't do this a month ago? All of a sudden, they're feeling the pressure to say, hey, we're not racist. The term urban, I'm fine with it. Frankie Crocker, who was the dean of Black radio, originated that term in New York at WBLS. 107.5. I'm fine with it. It's just as long as pay us. Pay us.
Pay us what you owe.
Indeed. Now, for those who just joined us, we're talking to Dyana Williams. She is the mother of Black Music Month. And a quick question, you know, I personally, I know streaming makes a lot of money for a lot of people. I've never personally been a fan of it. You still are in a place where you can buy physical copies of things that you like. Because the thing with digital is the second that someone wants to change something or feel like something was offensive or a sample doesn't get clear, all of a sudden that song or that project doesn't exist anymore. What do you say to, those sort of things? Do you recommend people buy the physical copies, or you're cool with streaming?
Streaming is the new technology. It's not going away. And another thing, with the exception of Tidal, we don't own these digital platforms that are streaming music. And furthermore, we need to challenge how songwriters, producers, and artists are paid, because they get a minuscule amount of money that's generated from streaming. I like physical copies. I do both. But the thing is, support and buy the music. That's another way to support June Black Music Month. Support the creators of the music. So, Head Cracker, it's not going away. We just have to demand a greater share of the profits that come from streaming to artists and songwriters. They're not getting it. It's such a minor amount of money.
Squeeze one more question in real quick.
Okay, now how do you say that we can protect our genre? Because people like Lil Nas X, when he tried to put out that country music song, they were like, no, this is not country. So how come we have people like Post Malone that could just come in to our culture and like dominate our charts? How can we just protect that genre where it's like for us, how they kicked us out of the country title?
Well, white people are never going to go away. They're going to continue to appropriate our culture. It's what they do really well. They're paying compliments to us, but they get paid more than we do for the creation that we established. I would like to encourage people to join the blackmusicmuseum.com. It is a museum in Nashville opening this fall that is going to protect, perpetuate, and promote our culture. So we as Black folks have to keep advocating for our ownership, our control of that which we create. That's real important.
All right, cool. Well,
and I want to shout out Kenny Gamble and Ed Wright, the co-founders of June Black Music Month. I want to salute and thank y'all for what you do to promote and protect our culture.
Well, hey, yo, and Dyana, thank you so much for what you've been doing for nearly 4 decades, advocating for the culture and bringing awareness to this thing that we love so much. It's the music that brought us here in this platform and format that we have right now, and it's the music that keep you going. There's been times I pulled up to the gym, realized I didn't have my my headphones, and I went home. Why? Because I needed my music, and we need the music. Well, much love to you, man. Man, stay motivated. Continue to support Black Music Month. Is there a website people can go to get more information?
Yes, go to blackmusicmuseum.com. Blackmusicmuseum.com.
There it is. One
Thank
time,
y'all.
Dyana Williams. Celebrate Black Music Month every day, okay?
We are the Morning Hustle.